Devin Booker went out there and brought up the idea of, hey, the NBA should have more than just a 12-man roster. In fact, he said this.
Regular rosters are 15. Should all-star rosters be 15?
I think so. I think there's enough talented guys out here, like I said, that are deserving. You look at Kyrie, Norman Powell, those guys are having unbelievable, efficient years. The more talent in there, the better, I think.
He went on to say Trae Young putting up crazy numbers, LaMelo Ball, and he talked about some of the guys who are doing some big things. And his point was, not seeing guys like that, it feels snubbed. Not seeing guys who are doing absurd things seems wrong. I'll let you start.
No, Devin Booker. This is the problem of where we are now. Everybody can't make the All-Star team. Everybody can't be in the Hall of Fame. Everybody shouldn't have their jersey retired. Everybody shouldn't have a statue. Can we stop already? Devin Booker, your team's not even that good.
Underachieving.
Underachieving. So you should make the All-Star team. Let's make the roster 50 since we have so much great talent, and we don't care if guys play. Guys don't even want to play when they get there. What is the purpose of it?
That's a good point.
Really. Somebody should have pushed back. Dude, the problem with this league is that you have a all-star game where people don't even want to compete, right? Mm-hmm. Or put on a performance. So we should have more players come? Come on, man. This is so lame.
Yeah.
This is where we are. The participation league. Just put everybody in. Make everybody feel good. Rub my back. Rub my feet. Yes, I'm great. No, Devin, you didn't play well enough and your team's not good enough. So guess what happens this year? You don't get to go. And when we have to pick, there's always, I don't care what league, what situation. Kelvin, you know this. Somebody's always going to get left 100%. Out. There's never 100%. Enough spots.
100%.
Why? When did we come to this? I just can't.
You almost had a consumption. You were like,
I just can't understand why we're here, and this whole notion that like the idea that people are getting snubbed. This is going on forever. I've been a sports writer for 39 years. I've been hearing the same thing forever.
And you will if you go another 39 years.
Exactly.
People will get snubbed. Here's my thing, D-Book. Number one, the All-Star game, that's the point. That's what makes it special. That's the day. That's why they show those videos. Let's use, and I know you're going to say because I was Homer, but when they showed the video, Cade Cunningham, his first one, he didn't know. He didn't make it. It happens, right? It's a special moment. You don't know. It's your first time. Mike Conley, how long did he go? Like 14, 15 years never being an All-Star? And then he finally got it, and everyone was happy for him because it wasn't as if he was an all-star caliber. It's just, hey, though he was in the West, and that's just the way it worked out. You had Westbrook, and you had James Harden, and you had Steph Curry, and Damian Lillard, and Chris Paul. What was he going to do? But Mike Conley finally got in there, and it felt great, and all of us were happy for him. It's supposed to be special. It's supposed to be earned. Also, this is what makes your credentials. When you start debating people, you go, all right, this person's really good, averaged 25 points a game in his career. And then you go, he was a 7-time, 8-time, 10-time All-Star. These are parts of the thing that make your credential into where your legacy will be, right? And so we're just giving everybody All-Stars, then it'll be hard to differentiate, right? It's supposed to be this person was a 3-time All-NBA, 8-time All-Star, boom, 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 all down the line. So it has to be unique. It has to be special, especially when it's going to be a part of your legacy and credentials. And also, man, this stuff, hey, people be having some stuff in their bonuses too, Rob. You make an All-Star game,
so
you get
much
extra
money.
I'm saying that's why the teams say, hey, I can't be paying everybody. You get extra $1 million if Trae Young is a All-Star. So I just think he's taking – there's always somebody who got snubbed. And there will be, because watch this. There will be when there's 15. Because there will be that 16th person that's sitting there what about me?
And it will be when it's 25, the roster's 25. There'll be somebody who had a good year.
And who's deserving.
Who didn't make it. So that argument.
Now, the one thing I do have, and I don't know the remedy, but I had an issue with, and Rob G, correct me if I'm wrong, LaMelo Ball had the most votes for guards in his conference, yet he's not a starter.
the first time in history that's ever happened.
That one did not. I mean, I'm trying to read into. I'm like, maybe I'm missing. Is he did not play enough games? Is he injured? Like, what am I?
I thought it was position. They don't do positions, do they?
They still do like forward, like bigs and guards.
But that's why I think he did, right?
No, he didn't make it because would have been the reserve, the coach's pick, and he didn't pick him.
No, but I'm saying you said he had the most votes of
the
what?
guards, right? That's what it is.
Rob G, I don't understand. How
He became the first player in NBA history to lead his position group in fan voting to not actually be named an All-Star since voting changed in 2016.
Yeah, I don't get it though. Like,
because now it's done on like a scoring system.
It's a percentage of
the fans
writers, but he's the one where
but it's not like before where it was all fans. So that's when they allowed the players to vote.
But he's still the first
writers.
one since they've done this.
Yeah.
And so that is interesting. And I know his team isn't good. His team isn't.
Terrible.
I know. No, for sure.
He's just chucking up shots. I mean, come on.
Dude, listen. This is what I was telling Rob G. There are merits to all this, but then there's also, boy, I would love to see. Because LaMelo Ball an All-Star, and he'll get there. Clearly, he'll get there. He's so young. But man, oh man, he will be going crazy with the behind-the-backs threes, alley-oops. Like that is his game.
Anything, no. Like seriously, like if there was a game, I'm with you. Then it would be great to see. But nobody's defending anybody. Nobody's doing anything.
I know. The perfect era was like the early 2000s with J. Kidd and Kobe, AI,
playing.
Kevin Durant. Serious, but they still knew how to do it right. That was the best, in my personal opinion. That was a great era. I remember.
This was the year that I was thinking about going to the All-Star game, right?
What year?
This year.
Oh, this year you say? Yeah.
And then I just was like, you know what? San Francisco's a great town.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been to a million All-Star games. And just like what has happened to this event,
you would have to go for everything
made me
but
say,
that.
like, I was like,
you would have to go for everything, networking, the hanging out, the food. Because San Francisco might be number 2 behind New Orleans with food.
But I was like, really? Do I?
The game in and of itself, like the Friday night, Saturday nights can be fun, right? They get the dunk contest right, like when Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, and all that, they got it right. It's good. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson going at a 3-point contest, that's good.
Even the dunk contest, they got to go get people who aren't even in the league.
Well, because I know that in that.
Think about that. Think about that.
That ticks me off so mad. Because if you don't go get me Zion, Ja Morant, Anthony Edwards, and you can pick the 4. They can be a rookie I don't know about, Amin Thompson or something. I don't give a dang. If I don't get a Zion, a Ja, and an Anthony Edwards, I'm done, man. Adam Silver, put your executive, press the red button, the Gotham phone. Give us Ja, Zion, and you can pick the 4th. Bring Zach LaVine back. Maybe there's some young Jalen Green. I'm cool with that. That's a young leaper. Like, come on, Rob G.
What do you have, Rob G?
So there's 4 guys in this year's slam dunk contest.
You just said guys. I already know it's about to be bad.
To your
some
point,
Jags, just a guy.
Mac McClung is not in the league. He's a two-way player.
That's what I'm saying. Right? Like, he's not even in the league.
He do be dunking, though.
Okay, I'm going to give you the other 3 names.
This is about turning to who he play for?
Yeah, shout out Charles Barkley, because Charles don't know either, and he covers the league. Rob's been covering the league since Moby Dick was a guppy.
72.
So I'm expecting you to get every one of these right, Rob.
Yeah, this is where it's going to backfire on you.
I have no shot. I have no shot.
Number 1, it's an easy one. Spurs guard Stephon Castle.
I'm sorry?
Spurs guard Stephon Castle. Who does he play for?
You said Spurs guard.
Oh,
yeah, it's the Meds.
It's
the Meds.
No, you're right.
It's the Meds.
Okay,
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
He said,
boy, is that what I look like with Tyser Towel when I'm all mad?
That's what you look like.
Did you see the way we looked at you when you said it?
Yeah, to the point I was like, maybe I'm misunderstanding because
he
you said
played for
Spurs
San
guard.
Antonio. All right, here we go.
I was like, what?
All right, these next 2 we'll see.
Now that was funny.
He's a rookie. Matas Buzelis.
Oh, yes, easy. The Jazz.
Not the Jazz.
I'm going to say, very nice.
You know he played for it.
Toronto.
Chicago Bulls.
Okay. Don't know who.
Just go get Zach LaVine again.
All right, here's the last one. Andre Jackson Jr., second-year player.
I know his daddy was good. I can just tell. Andre Jackson Jr., his daddy was good. He is definitely with the Nuggets on the bench. The Kings.
Definitely the Nuggets or the Kings.
What'd you say?
I said the Nuggets, the Kings.
He's definitely on the bench, though.
The Hornets, the Heat.
I'm going to say...
this is bad.
Rob's credentials
Brooklyn
are
Nets.
going way down.
Yeah,
Brooklyn Nets, final answer?
Yes.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Bucks.
Man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Who
there's a
watches
lot.
more basketball, Rob Parker or Charles Barkley?
Man.
It's close. It's close.
That's close. Oh, you can throw. Hey, you can throw Shaq in there too. By the way,
But you know
yeah,
what? Probably we watch more because it's
at least
on.
it's here. Yeah, that's a
When-
good point.
When we're here,
right now, we got
it's
the
on.
Denver Philly game going.
So
We
there's
got
like
some
3 games going.
Yeah.
We're usually a watching game.
Okay,
Yeah.
so before I screwed up, if I said Stephon Castle, you would have known.
I
No.
wouldn't know.
no.
I wouldn't know.
He was the number 4 pick in the draft.
Exactly, in a horrible draft where we
That's
didn't
a
know
good point.
anybody.
We remember the
That's a good point.
top.
Not
3.
even. I can't. Listen,
No,
this was a
but
bad
I mean,
draft.
They were from France. Like 2 of them. I just know. I don't
Yeah.
know their names.
Yeah.
2
Hey,
were from France,
and
right?
Yeah. Here's the issue, though. The issue is you always had unknowns or like a 10th man on the bench. That always happened. Like sometimes we over fantasize like, oh, man, Kobe and LeBron. I mean, Kobe and Jordan and Dominic. There was always 1 or 2 guys who, like Spud Webb was just a guy who just happened to have an amazing dunk contest, right? Kenny Skywalker with the Knicks was literally just a guy averaging like
Skywalker,
5-6
when
points.
he's with the Knicks.
He was just a guy, right? It always happens that way. Harold Miner was just a guy. Like, so I don't want us to over fantasize that like everybody was a celeb and a star. But what you at least had was 2 or 3 of the 5 or 6 people would be the Jordans, the Dominiques, established guys. You know, the Jason Rich, young guy we know of. He's playing good. Vince Carter, the young rookie who's a phenom. You know what I mean? Second year. Like, you knew the guys, what I'm saying. Like, you knew 2 or 3, and then there'd be some young guy. We don't know anybody. And that's the problem. If you told me 2 of the guys you just named, Rob G, and then you said, and Ja and Anthony, okay, fine. Because the young guy might surprise us, but at least I got Ja, at least I got Zion, or at least I got a couple I know. That's the problem. And again, I put a lot of this on LeBron, never doing it, where he was the face of the league for 15 years or so and never did it. And if LeBron did it once or twice, and it'd be okay, whether he won or lost, I'll do it if I'm such and such person. You know? So that disappoints me right there. Like, the fact that we don't know a single person you just named is ridiculous.
That kind of sounds like you are full circling your original point where if it's the all-star game, the slam dunk contest, 3-point contest, I want the stars to be
Right,
there.
that's what it's supposed to be, where you showcase the league.
Yes,
So-
Dr.
so-
J did it.
Yes.
It doesn't get any bigger than Dr.
Right.
J.
So to play devil's advocate, does that then prove Devin Booker's point?
No,
Because no offense to Jalen Williams and some of these other guys,
no, but
You couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
True, but Jalen Williams earned it.
he's playing really well.
he's earned it.
but he's not a star.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't, if you're gonna have an all-star game and it's based on playing well, that doesn't mean that he can't continue to be a star. Like that.
Yeah.
I remember when he made his first all-star game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then as time went on.
Rob and I are talking about Devin Booker said he wishes the NBA would expand to 15 players in the All-Star game versus 12 for each team, thus less snubs. Rob and I both say, you're still going to get snubs. The 16th player going to feel like he was snubbed, no
Yes,
matter what.
No matter what.
And just 12 is supposed to be an honor to be selected, right? It's supposed to be selective
Stop
with your selections.
belly aching all the time. Andre in Massachusetts, you're on The Odd Couple.
What up, Dre?
Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for taking the call. Listen, the NBA is already known for the participation trophies in terms of what goes on with the Basketball Hall of Fame, and everybody who's a nice guy and patted somebody on the back and was on the championship team gets in the Hall of Fame. Okay, it's ridiculous. Rob, you having a vote for the gold standard for Hall of Fame, the Baseball Hall of Fame, know how it should be. All right, meaning the best of the best. So it's the same standard with this. Devin Booker, you want to make the All-Star game? How about you win more games?
Thank you.
Okay, and not be in the playing tournament when you have three potential All-Stars on the team and a capable coaching with Coach Buck. So no, it's the teams that are winning, that are trending in the right direction. Not all these empty calorie stats. Play better, make an All-Star team, and that's the correction that we need. Thanks for taking the call.
All right.
All right,
We
appreciate you,
lost
Dre.
him, but yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the bad
You
points
know
there,
how
Alex.
Dre is. Yeah, no doubt.
Dre, good point there.
All right, Brandon in Riverside, California. You're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Brandon?
Hey, with you guys. No, we don't need all those. Just like the last call said, play better. Make your name exciting to the point where we want to vote you in,
Right.
and everything, earn it. And you all are right on.
Yep.
The All-Star is meant for the All-Stars, and that's going to be one thing that's going to be on LeBron James' record where they're going to talk about the negative part because he's never gave anything to the All-Star game but the game itself, nothing extra, no dunking contest or anything.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hang up and listen to you.
he's played well. He's brought the energy, especially I remember that first about a 10-year run where he was perfect balance of playing around a little bit, then got serious. But not, I mean, obviously we don't want him in the three-point contest, but definitely not doing the dunk contest. Just once. It doesn't make sense. Arguably the greatest athlete the NBA has ever seen, arguably, right, 1 or 2 or 3 right up in there, and you never did it. Arguably the most 1, 2, 3 most popular player. Yeah, for sure twice. 2. Yeah, for sure 2. 100%.
More than one.
Him and Dominique went up twice, and he might have been thrice. But like, and he wasn't 6 championship Mikes at that point, Mike, but he was still star player. You know, Dominique was a star player. Yeah, Dr.
No
J was a star. Kobe was a young
like
star.
Michael
he wasn't
Jordan
Kobe, but
when he was a Wizard.
Yeah, and so he just thought that LeBron would have done it by then. You know, you would have hoped at one point, just for the fan, like just for us.
That's what the All-Star game is supposed to be. Andre in Bakersfield.
What's up, Andrew? Andrew.
I'm sorry, in Bakersfield, California. What's up? How are you?
What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm with you guys. You don't need more All-Stars. I remember when being an All-Star meant something, playing soccer. I made the All-Star team, and then I was able to, make club team. But anyways, I think I also think NBA players are soft, Do some wind sprints, and maybe you'll start working out the muscles in your legs and have some stronger legs so you don't always get injured. And also, David Stern made a mistake by blocking the trade of Chris Paul to the Lakers.
All right.
Yeah. All right. I don't know where he was going. I mean, he was right, but I don't know where.
Yeah,
I was
but
about
at
to
that
turn back
point,
to
you
the
got to
All-Star.
remember. I mean, I think there was a rhyme and reason to it.
Well, so there was the Pelicans, and they felt like it was going to get screwed over. And,
yeah, but right, and
or whatever
and
they
it was
going to
be sold, and they had no value. You were going to take the best player off of the team. There was a lot that went with that.
Yeah, I still didn't like that. Like, we've had a million trades before. Good trades, bad trades, equal trades.
But at that time, the league owned the team.
Dude, they were about to get Pau Gasol and like 2-3 other players.
They got what they needed.
They did. Whatever. That would have been Kobe and CP3 would have been crazy. We got Mike Vorkunov getting ready to join us now, broadcasting live from the TireRack.com studio.
Well, let me tell you this thing. Go ahead. Finish up.
I was going to tell you, he's with the Athletic National NBA reporter.
Yeah. So I wanted to say this because the Super Bowl is in New Orleans. And I remember going to the Super Bowl in New Orleans in 2002.
Okay.
Keep your job, Rob.
Right? That was
Keep your job.
that was
smart man, Alex. Smart man, Alex.
No, that was
you saw the twinkle in his eye. You saw it.
He sat up. Look at his arms.
Yeah,
look how
he
far
ain't
he's
sat all. Yeah,
anytime he does this, look, Kelvin, like this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, that was
he's about to jump.
Yep.
That was 2020. That was 23 years ago.
Okay.
And so I was just talking to my old radio partner, Mark Wilson, and we were just reminiscing about a trip to New Orleans or whatever. And then I did remember that we had there were 2 rooms, but 3 of us.
Okay.
It was me, Mark, and our producer.
Oh, no.
So we had to figure out like who was going to stay where or whatever to figure it out.
Keep your job, Rob.
So I just all I said was white guys in one room, black guys in the other room. I got my
2
own
white
room.
guys.
I got my own room. That's all.
Martin Luther King. See, he went out with one day a producer and a radio.
All right.
They had a dream that y'all can all sleep together, and then you over here segregating beds.
It would have been
what in the 1960s is going on here?
It would have been the same thing if Chris was in that group.
And we supposed to have breakfast with him.
I know. Go ahead.
I mean, I ain't like that joke. I liked it.
I don't like Rob.
I ain't love it.
But I love it.
But I liked it. It was okay. It was okay.
Sorry,
let's get to Mike. Mike, I'm sorry you had to hear this, Mike.
Sorry,
and endure
Mike.
this.
I would just don't you think that was ingenious?
No? Ingenious even? That's asking a lot.
Okay.
Mike, we appreciate you joining us, man. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing all right, but you see what I endure 5 days a week.
That's okay.
All right, man. The Athletic National NBA reporter. Let's talk some hoops with you. I'm going to start because we're just here based in L.A. Obviously, it's a national show, but, Lakers, what do you make of what they're doing with Bronny? He had it last night. He gets, 5 points.
Please, in garbage time, please.
And he's in the G League, then he's with the team. What do you make of what they're doing and just this whole charades, if you will, of Bronny?
I feel like that's such a hard question to answer. I feel like they're just trying to make most of the best of it. I honestly, it's hard to say, like the fact that he wasn't playing in all the G League games for the first half of the season, and obviously now he's getting some run with the NBA team, with the Lakers. He played 12 minutes last night. although it was obviously, I think it was like a 40-point blowout or something like that. This is the circumstances that they've chosen. This is what the kind of Pandora's box that they opened up when they drafted him, right? And everything that would follow him and the organization. And so now I think they're just trying to figure it out and probably try to make everyone happy, probably try to make Bronny happy, LeBron happy, and try to nurture a second round pick who's probably further away than most 55th overall picks were.
No doubt. Let's go to the trade deadline coming up. Jimmy Butler, is he going anywhere? I mean, I can't see where there's a deal. Anybody, Bradley Beal kind of put the kibosh on what Phoenix was hoping. Where could he wind up?
I mean, he'd like to go somewhere. The Phoenix thing is hard to do because of the Bradley Beal situation, right? He doesn't seem very intent on waiving his no trade. I'm sure there's a bunch of options for him that he might not be happy to. I could see Memphis showing interest. I could see Golden State potentially showing interest, right? Like that would be an interesting landing spot for him. The question is, does he want to do that? Does he want to only be on a Phoenix or bust type of outcome for him? And if he's not willing to move off of that, he's already shown that he's willing to go to war to get what he wants. Would that be also something he does after he gets traded out of Miami, right? Like even if there isn't a promise of another contract this summer, or if he opts in and extends after that, so that's the big question. I think that's hard to answer just because this has become so chaotic and so toxic in Miami right now.
Well, all right, let me ask you this one. We're going to talk about it at some point throughout our show, but just get your thoughts on Devin Booker, who has been an All-Star, has been in the Olympics before, but saying, hey, it's time the NBA goes to 15 players on a roster. A regular roster has 15. Why can't the All-Star game? There's a bunch of snubs, and there were some snubs who rightfully
so. There's snubs every year.
Exactly. But your thoughts on expanding the roster, good idea, bad idea?
Expanding the All-Star game roster? Why? I feel like the whole point is to make it kind of something special, right? Like something for a select few 12 players per conference. Already this year it's going to be a little bit different because you got 15 starters instead of the usual 10 because now the format this year with 4 different teams. I don't know. I kind of like the fact that it's they're expanding the playoff field with the play-in tournament. You got an NBA Cup, so you got something else to win. It does seem, at least with the All-Star game, it's keeping it at 24, I think keeps the specialty of it a little bit.
Yeah, the All-Star game, the format, what they're doing, I think this thing is so broken, it should be scrapped. I have no interest. I don't know. Every time they tell me what's going to happen in San Francisco, I get a headache. 4 teams, this, that, you got to score 18 points, you got to have 4 3-point. Seriously. Is this what is happening here with the NBA? Why can't we just have a fun game where guys play hard for 48 minutes and then go and enjoy the rest of the season? What are we doing?
I like the Elam ending, but I think the reason why we can't have a normal All-Star game is because we can't get a competitive game, right? And if you're not going to get a competitive game, then you got to start figuring out ways to fiddle with it and try to make it more fun or try to juice up the competitiveness somehow. And so, if the core problem is there, you're just trying to figure out ways to do it. I wouldn't be averse if the NBA just moves away from the All-Star game and tries to figure out other situations to replace it, right? You're basically talking about a 2.5 hour, 3 hour marketing block for the NBA. Maybe there's different ways to do it now since the league's in a different place, both in terms of fans, in terms of people how consume it, watch it, how frequently they see players than they were, 50, 60 years ago when the All-Star game began, or not even that, 70 years ago, whatever, this all had its origins in a much different era, media era, consumption era, all of that.
But I still think that it's viable if people could watch just a decent game. Nobody's asking for people to get hurt or overdo it. When they play in the summer,
did it for so long too.
And when they play in the summer,
UCLA
you can't tell me that they don't compete in those games and just play basketball. This whole notion that they can't play hard or whatever because somebody's going to get hurt or whatever is nonsense to me. When they play in the summer, they play harder than they do this.
You don't have to convince me. You have to convince the players to do that.
I don't understand it. I really don't. It's a shame, and I think that has something to do with leadership. Was it a couple years ago? Was that last year when they sent in Dr. J and Larry Bird?
Hey, this is how we did it back in the day.
To talk to rally up the players, and then they scored
398 points.
200 points each.
Oh, man. Hey, Mike, I want to ask you this one more before we let you go. I'm looking at some of these teams in the standings right now, and I look at the Rockets, and they were, if you will, the Washington Wizards of the West for a few years. And they get Ime Udoka, and now they got Amin Thompson and some other players, Jalen Green coming around. How the heck are they such a good, if not daggone very good to great team at 32-15, playing some great basketball? Şengün's an all-star. Where did this come from?
I mean, it all came together kind of quick, right? Like, they got a coach who really changed the culture there. Ime Udoka has worked wonders, and some of their young guys finally are hitting this year, right? Like, you know, it's been really cool to see kind of the Tari Eason, Amin Thompson combination. Like, the way they play defense is awesome. It's, you know, I think they're one of the most fun defensive teams in the league. Alperen Şengün is really like this creative offensive hub for them, and Jalen Green seems to be coming on just a little bit, and so it's been a nice mix of guys and like a nice mix of different styles of players too that have been a good combination for them. And you're right, they were downtrodden for a while after that Harden trade, and they finally figured it out. It helps when you get to take a bunch of picks in the top 3 or 4 of a draft, and you really get to take a lot of flyers on big end talent, and then they finally hit.
Yep. Hey, Mike, man, we appreciate you taking some time out with us on a Friday, talking some hoops with us.
Thank you.
Mike Vorkunov, if I said that right. I said that right, didn't I, Mike? I feel confident with that.
You did?
That's right. All right, give him a follow on X.
You're the one.
Stay focused,
You're
okay?
the one
Stay
who said it
focused,
right.
Rob.
That's all I'm saying,
All
right?
Stay focused.
Mike, how many times has your name been butchered? 9 out of 10, correct?
I mean, people just start calling me Mike. I don't even mind. It's better than the others.
Hey, I feel you, brother. My name is Kelvin. People call me Kevin. They call me Calvin. I know how it is sometimes, man. Mike, we appreciate it, man. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, guys.